Happy New Year 2017.
Happy New Year!
Yeah! Welcome to Back to the Classics, the cinematic movie podcast that takes you back to the iconic films of 20 years ago. I'm Jay Alonzo.
It's your boy Kay Williams.
Kay, what's up, man? Happy New Year, bruh.
Happy New Year's to you, good brother.
Yes. And with the new year comes new and exciting things, like new and exciting movies.
Strippers
is great.
Year.
Yeah. But
yeah.
But we're here. But we're definitely here. First of all, before you get into today's show, Kay, how was your New Year's? How was your holiday? How was your winter break?
Oh man, it was good. I didn't do nothing. I sat in the bed all day.
Really?
That's the best way to spend New Year's.
Oh man, how hard was it?
Too old to be out here clubbing.
Nah, I'm cool in the club. But I do have a funny story though. I went to a New Year's Eve party with some friends of mine on New Year's Eve, and it was cool. It was primarily people in our age range. Mm-hmm. We're hanging out, got the drinks going, and plus my friend has a 34th floor view of the fireworks on the strip. So when the fire,
that's dope.
Yeah, so when they go off, it's dope, man. You get a direct eye level view of the fireworks, and it was great. Funny thing is, I'm at the party till about, I'd say maybe 45 minutes after the countdown.
Okay.
The reason why is because I'm sitting there chilling. Now, this year I turned 30, and
yep, up there.
Yeah, I'm up there. I'm getting there. And I'm in this party, and you see these young dudes come through there, right? I remember being, 21, 22 years old, and being the young dude with my crew at the party amongst all these old motherfuckers, and getting all the attention from the women that were there. But now, it seems it's reversed now to where I'm the old motherfucker, and I'm getting no kind of responses from anybody.
You don't get no play.
It's like I'm not getting no play anymore. So I figure it was right then and there. I decided, let me go ahead and have one more drink and then get out of this young setting. So I shook the spot. Happy New Year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We're doing things a bit different on today's episode, just like we did last week with the listener's choice. We decided to take one more step into 2016, go over some stuff over there. We're going to do our top 10 worst movies, worst pieces of shit of 2016, and then we're going to close out the show with our top 15 most anticipated movies of 2017.
Ooh, 2017 got a lot of movies coming out, bro.
2017 is a stacked year. A beyond stacked year.
It is.
Man, it's so much stuff that's coming out.
A lot of stuff coming out.
Man. But before we get into what's possibly the beautifulness of these movies for 2017, we need to go back in the day, which essentially we can now say that. Go back in the day to 2016 and talk about all those movies we put our time and effort into watching, and they just let us down in more ways than other. Now, I can't wait to hear your list. All right? How are we going to do this? Kay's going to kick it off with his 10 through 6. Then I kick it off with my 10 through 6. Very likely the whole list is going to be almost the exact same. There was some bullshit that came out this year, 2016, Kay. Would you agree?
It was, but I don't think my list is going to be like your list. I'm intrigued to see how much of mine is really going to be on yours.
I'm going to be ranting during my list because I cannot believe I actually took time out of my glorious day to sit and watch these bullshits. Now, I have my top 10, but I also have my dishonorable mentions.
Ooh, dishonorable mentions, huh?
I think some of mine may be in your top 10. I'm not sure, but you know what? Let's just do it. Without further ado, top 10 worst movies of 2016. Let's finally bury these sons of bitches. Kay, give me your 10 through 6.
My number 10 worst movie of 2016. Mechanic Resurrection.
Oh, man.
That movie was a waste of life. Okay? How dare they destroy the Mechanic? First off, the Mechanic, the first one was dope.
The first one was dope.
Yeah, they put what's her name, Jessica Alba, in the second one, but bruh, the movie sucked. It sucked. It was horrible. Like, Jason Statham was just doing it just for fun.
That was a check
He was
for Statham.
bullshitting it.
That was 100% check. That was a check for Statham. That was a check for Tommy Lee Jones. Check for Jessica Alba. I haven't seen Jessica Alba in anything prior to that. Lately.
I hadn't seen Jessica Alba since she did Honey. Okay?
Well,
that was the last time I seen her in a movie.
Don't forget the Fantastic Four, the first one and the second one. The Tim
the
Story
woman,
movies.
right?
They're terrible. They're ass.
Horrible.
All right.
She's sexy as hell, but the movies was horrible. All right. Number 9. Zoolander 2.
Yes! Why is your number 9 the same number 9 as mine? Go ahead.
That movie fucking sucked, and I'm mad I wasted my life. All right. Number 8. Ouija. Origins.
Wow. I didn't hate it.
I did. I hated that fucking movie.
I thought it was at best okay. I didn't hate it though. Compared to the first movie, I didn't hate it.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that's a dishonorable mention, but totally. Let me hear it.
That movie. Okay, so let me tell you about me and Assassin's Creed. I fucking hate the video games.
Okay.
So I thought if I watched the movie, it might get me intrigued to try out the games. Because I hear the games get better later on. Like, the first one sucked, but as the games were made, it progressed, they got better and better. I just couldn't get into them. So, Assassin's Creed not only let me down in a movie sense, but I still don't want to play the fucking video game.
And the crazy thing about Assassin's Creed is, like, when I, finally saw, I actually held off putting together my top 10 best list for 2016 because Assassin's Creed, Moonlight, and I want to say Patriots Day and Fences were all on my must-see list before I put together my top 10 2016, which is already available on YouTube. Shameless plug. And out of those movies, I was able to catch Assassin's Creed and Moonlight. Now, Moonlight I love. Moonlight ended up being on my top 10 best for the year. Assassin's Creed just barely missed being on my top 10 shit list. That's why I got a dishonorable mention.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. I didn't like it. Horrible. It wouldn't make any list but this one.
You belong on no list but this one.
But this one.
All right, give me your number 6.
My number 6. Boo. A Madea
Oh, my God. Okay, why?
I'm tired of Madea. Tyler Perry could have really did without this one. He stretched it way too thin, way too far to make another Madea movie.
At one point,
Madea ain't got the juice no more.
Tyler Perry was really putting out 2 Madea movies, or at least 2 movies per year.
Yeah, he's tired Madea out.
Yeah,
it's over.
Absolutely. So that's your 10 through 6?
It's over. That's my 10 through 6.
All right. Okay. My 10 through 6. And also, while I'm going through my 10 through 6, you should put together your dishonorable mentions as well. So we can give those movies, okay, one last look at being poor, at being terrible, before we just leave them buried in 2016. All right. So my 10 through 6, kicking off my top 10 pieces of doo-doo of 2016, coming in at number 10, 50 Shades of Black.
I think I can make that a dishonorable mention.
No, here's the reason why. You had one job to do. The only job you had to do was to make fun of a movie that was bad, that is cheesy, that is ripe to be parodied. And how did you end up making a movie worse than the shit you're making fun of?
Yeah.
I didn't laugh.
To the haunted house.
I didn't laugh once. And I'm a Marlon Wayans fan.
What?
Yes, I didn't laugh not one time.
Now, let me tell you, it's only one time that I laughed. It was only one moment I laughed through that whole movie. Actually, I'd take that back. It was twice. It was when they were arguing. That kind of hit me real quick because I wasn't expecting it. And then when the nigga was a stripper. And she was like, "What are those?" That was it. Those were the only two scenes I chuckled at. I won't say I fully laughed. I chuckled.
I think you got a really good enjoyment out of that movie. I don't think you want to admit it though. I think you got a really legit enjoyment.
No, it was a lot of dead dry. It was a lot of dead dry scenes in it where you'd be like, really? Could have put a little bit more comedy into that one.
Because
felt that scene out better.
I feel like the comedy in 50 Shades of Black is so minuscule by just the childish shit that goes on in this movie. Now, I like slapstick goofball comedy. That's why I love Scary Movie. That's why I love Scary Movie 2. You know, all the old Wayans Brothers movies, even White Chicks or even Little Man. So when it comes to Wayans Brothers comedy,
see, those are all movies they put thought into it. They put thought into those.
Yeah, but Scary Movie, Scary Movie 1 and 2, same thing with Scream. When I said on the Scream episode that I couldn't watch the first Scream because all I can do is think about Scary Movie 1, right?
Let me tell you, over the weekend, I watched Scary Movie 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't think about Scream when I watched the first one. I was like, man, why not? This is the movie her breast implant came out in.
I'm telling you, when you watch Scream, and you're watching Scream, not Scary Movie 1, it's certain parts in the movie were like, whoa, what happened to Carmen Electra? Is it Carmen Electra in this movie? Didn't he stabs out her breast implant or, you know what I'm saying? It's so much that you compare the two. That's what makes Scary Movie, like many of the Wayans Brothers movies, iconic. This bullshit?
Yeah.
Nah. I don't want it. I
wonder if he rushed it.
Oh, it looks like it's rushed. I'll tell you what. The only scene that gave me a slight giggle is when they're going through his various whips, and they're all different slave type whips. You know, from 12 Years a Slave, Django Unchained, and all that. That was funny. But besides that, kiss my ass. Coming in at number 9, Zoolander 2.
Horrible.
Now, I'm not a huge fan of the first Zoolander movie, so I wasn't necessarily looking forward to Zoolander 2. But, God, I've never seen a movie go for such struggle jokes ever until I saw Zoolander 2. But comedy as a whole just had a bad year.
Yeah, because I got a couple of more comedies on my worst
list. Yes. Once again, struggle jokes, and then that dumbass face that Zoolander makes, which was funny, back in 2001, it's not funny anymore. It's stupid.
It's not. It's stupid.
And then, not to mention the orgy of cameos that they had to just litter through this whole thing. It was just dumb. They had nothing to do. Will Ferrell's wasted. Owen Wilson is wasted. Even the cameos, they're wasted. It wasn't a good movie. It sucked. At number 8, I have The Huntsman's Winter's War.
You didn't like that?
I hated it.
I actually liked that one.
What's wrong with you, Kay?
I liked it.
What's wrong with you, Kay?
I liked it.
What's wrong with you, Kay?
It was supposed to be a dark Disney movie.
It was supposed to be a dark version of Frozen.
Right.
No.
That's why
that's
I
not
liked
right.
it.
That's not right.
You know why I liked it? Because A, I fucking hate Frozen because of all the damn singing that's in that damn movie. And then B, I liked it because they killed off one of the chicks from Frozen.
No.
I liked it.
I'm not gonna go there. Okay? Nope, I refuse, because I remember when I first sat and watched the movie. Now, Snow White and the Huntsman, I actually thought was okay. I didn't love it, but it was okay. It was a different retelling of that Snow White story. But if you got a movie, first of all, you must have a sequel. I don't know why, but Hollywood must give you a sequel. But if Kristen Stewart said, "Nah, I'm good," that's Kristen Stewart. She did Twilight, all 8 of those. But she's like, you know what? I'm good. If she says no, I want no part of this. I don't care. I mean, once again, you talk about wasted actors between Jessica Chastain, Charlize Theron, Emily Blunt, Chris Hemsworth. They have nothing to do.
I liked it.
Whatever. Moving on. Now, number 7 is a movie that I'm surprised wasn't going to be higher on my list, but screw it. I'm going to tell you Nina, the Nina Simone biopic.
I didn't watch it, and I didn't want to watch it.
And be glad you didn't, because the reason why. So you know who Nina Simone is. We're all aware who Nina Simone is, right? Nina Simone was this darker skinned black woman who her appearance itself is what made her so special, because she wasn't afraid to be who she wanted to be. And to stand out as that darker skinned black woman. I love Zoe Saldana. I think she's a fantastic actress. She kills it as Gamora in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And outside of the Marvel stuff, she's a great actress. I thought Colombiana was great.
It was a dope movie. I love it.
But what we get from this 90-minute bullshit.
Ooh.
Yes.
You spent 90 minutes watching
Yes. I gave 90 minutes of my time to a non-biographical biopic. Like,
yeah, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
And I am. I absolutely am, because just like all movies, if I get a trailer and I like how this trailer looks, there's something about this that really talks to me, right? And then, especially with a movie that's just filled with controversy, crazy controversy. When they announced that Zoe Saldana would be Nina Simone, people were like, "What the fuck? Are you serious? Wait a minute. Zoe Saldana is playing Nina Simone."
How was the singing?
What singing? What singing?
There wasn't no singing in the movie?
No. First of all, let me tell you this. I don't think they got the rights to Nina's music, so they had none of Nina Simone's music actually in the movie. So what they had to do was they had to recreate certain songs to make it sound like the original song so they wouldn't get sued. Okay, I can tell you this.
Lifetime movie.
Was
this a Lifetime movie?
No, this came to theaters, bro. And I think the movie's so bad, Lifetime wouldn't even want it. And Lifetime has put out some bullshit.
I don't know, bro. After watching that horrible Aaliyah movie that Lifetime made, you never know these days.
I promise you, Kay. Movies are subjective. That's why I love them. So even when the movie's getting all that flack, I still was like, you know what? Let me give it a look. And what I got is a 90-minute movie of this chick just throwing a bitch fit. The whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, you enjoy that one.
This is a 90-minute bitch fit. That's what it is. All right, screw you, Nina. We're going away. Coming in at number 6, which is just a shock to my heart, because was on my most anticipated list of 2016, Jason Bourne. I thought Jason Bourne was going to be that return to fruition, with Matt Damon coming back as Bourne, Paul Greengrass coming back to direct the Bourne movies. I love the first 3 movies. The fourth one, whatever. But
I can't watch a Matt Damon movie without thinking about Team America.
What do you mean?
Every time I think about Matt Damon, I think about the little puppets from that movie, Team America.
Mm-hmm.
And every time they show Matt Damon, and he'd be like, Matt Damon.
I'm looking forward to doing Team America. That's coming up soon. I'm looking forward to doing that.
Oh, man.
But, like I said, I thought the Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner. It wasn't bad.
Yep.
It wasn't bad, but it was obvious Matt Damon was missing from this movie, for sure. It was clear as day he was missing, you know? And so, when they announced that Matt Damon and Paul Greengrass would come back to the Bourne franchise, I was hyped. And then we got that first trailer when they're driving through Vegas and they're shooting up shit and he's fighting his explosions and it's tension heavy and all that. All that shit happens in the trailer. A good half of it happens in the actual movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't watch Jason Bourne. I think they should have stopped after
3.
After 3, but what was the other one they did?
Well, you got the Bourne
Ultimate?
You got the Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, Bourne Ultimatum. Those 3 are with Matt Damon. And then you got the Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner.
There you go.
Right?
Legacy should have been the last one. They should have just stopped it there.
But what the crazy thing is, I said
ending.
I said that the Bourne Legacy was okay. It wasn't great. And it also wasn't, terrible either. But now looking at Jason Bourne, Legacy wasn't that bad.
I actually like Legacy.
Legacy wasn't that bad.
I thought it was. I thought the storyline to Legacy was pretty good. On how they became super soldier-ish. But I'll talk about the Bourne series when we go to movies for the future. because that's going to tie into something I got.
Gotcha. All right, give me your 5 through 2.
Number 5, Arrival.
As worst movie?
Bruh.
Oh my God,
I did not like it. First off, Arrival is like Contact, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think this was more of a reboot from that because this movie, I let me tell you, I had to watch it twice because the first time I watched it, I was fucking lost. I was like, man, what the fuck is she seeing in the future? But then the shit didn't happen yet, and then, bitches, you gonna meet an alien? Like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? Like, I think I wasn't prepared mentally. It wasn't what I thought from watching the previews and the trailers. I was like, oh, this might be a dope movie from the trailers. And then when I watched the movie, it was nothing to what they led me on to believe it was going to be.
K.
I don't like it.
Well, I can tell you right now, Arrival made my honorable mentions for my top 10 best movies. I love that movie. I think it's great.
You would.
Well, listen. Compared to my number 1 worst movie of last year, trust me, you'll understand.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna see. 'Cause I'm intrigued to see what you think about my number 1.
Okay, hit me with it.
Number 4, The Boss.
The Boss.
The Boss.
Oh, comedy was
It's
not
on my
good
worst
to you
list.
last year.
It was not.
Comedy was not good to you.
I was upset because I love Melissa McCarthy's acting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love her. She's one of my favorite actresses right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that movie, I was not feeling it at all. I was like, the concept was good, but... And then they had my boy Tyrion in it, Tyrion Lannister in it.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't funny to me.
Yeah.
I think the only time I laughed through that whole movie was when the Girl Scouts got into a fight with each other.
That was
great.
great.
Probably the only time I laughed.
Well, my issue...
But outside of that, I didn't see no comedy in it.
My issue with The Boss, the director, I can't think of his name, but I do know he's actually married to Melissa McCarthy. So a lot of his movies pretty much star his wife. Now, that's all fine and dandy, but I feel like...
As it should.
Yeah, because she's the name, obviously. And that's all fine and dandy, but I've always felt that the perfect movie, comes from that best director-actor duo. Melissa McCarthy and her husband are not a good acting duo. Now, I didn't hate The Boss like you did. I didn't hate it. But compared to...
Did you see a lot of comedy in it? Because I didn't.
Well, put it this way. Compared to their last movie that they did together, which was Tammy, The Boss was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy was god-awful. Terrible.
It was.
Terrible.
I didn't like her when she did Tammy, but, when she did The Spy, that was dope.
But The Spy is not Ben Falcone. The Spy is same guy who did Ghostbusters. What's his name? What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. He's a known... Paul Feig. That's Spy, and that's Ghostbusters, and that's, Bridesmaids. All the good shit that McCarthy's in, not, nothing that her hubby directs her in. Okay, so give me your number... Right. What you on, number 2? Number 3?
Number 3.
Okay.
Snowden.
No, Kay! No!
I didn't like Snowden. I felt it was too slow.
It's Oliver Stone. It's gonna be.
I felt it was real slow. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked the storyline. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt it was real slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's one of those movies, you don't expect a lot of action. You might want to stay up and put your thinking cap on. Like, it was one of those movies.
It makes you truly realize what's going on. Okay. That's number 3?
Yep, that was
By the way,
3.
I like Snowden.
And my number 2.
I like Snowden, by the way.
You did?
Yes, I did. I thought it was okay.
You ready for my number 2?
What is it?
The Legend of Tarzan.
Ooh. Good one. Not good as in
The
it was a
Legend
good
of
movie.
Tarzan.
It's good. It's on your list.
Yeah, The Legend of Tarzan was my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I really am mad that they destroyed that movie.
Okay.
Not Tarzan. And it really... Because this isn't on my movie, so I don't think it come out next year. But they're doing live action Lion King.
Yep, I know.
And I really think they're going to destroy that movie, just like they destroyed Tarzan.
Well, see,
and what was the other movie that became live action?
Disney's not
Jungle
doing
Book?
Tarzan though. You know what I'm saying? Like Disney's not doing Tarzan. Disney's doing Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, which I believe was on my top 10 most anticipated. Like,
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast is in my top 10.
Disney is digging through their old vault and bringing up those old school movies and making them live action, and those are working. Those are winning. Tarzan is an old fable that keeps getting redone over and over and over and over and over and over again to the point to where
they need to keep it animated.
Yeah, you suck. All right, moving on. You ready for my 5 through 2?
Yep.
All right, my number 5 is a movie that, like 50 Shades of Black, had one job to do, and that's to make fun of a movie that's ripe for a nice parody, and that's Meet the Blacks.
You wasted your money on that?
Yeah, I will openly admit I definitely did. You know why? Because I like Mike Epps. I think Mike Epps is a damn good, funny dude. But I should have known.
I wouldn't waste the space on a hard drive downloading that garbage. It didn't even look appealing from the commercial.
Come on, a Mike Epps parody of The Purge. Yeah, I'm down for that.
When I saw Mike Epps and Charlie Murphy, I was like, oh damn, this might be a good movie. And then I watched more of the trailer and was like, nah, it's gonna suck. That shit's gonna flop. It's gonna be a horrible movie.
Yeah, I saw the movie.
Lo and behold,
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, you were high. Okay,
yeah, I saw it.
You were high to pay $8. You paid more than $8, didn't you? Because you in Vegas.
Yes, yes, I
did. Yep.
All right. Well, screw you. Moving on. My number 4 is the movie that Meet the Blacks should have, parodied quite well, but they couldn't. But that doesn't take away that this movie is the third in a trilogy I overall liked. I liked this, the first 2 movies in this trilogy, but this third one, though. I'm talking about The Purge Election Year, number 4.
I didn't even watch that one. I got tired of The Purge after 2.
Man. When I tell you that The Purge Election Year is so damn boring. It's so boring, and it definitely has in my opinion, the worst side character I think has ever been put into a movie. There's this black chick in the movie, earlier in the movie, and I don't care if it's a spoiler, kiss my ass, don't go see it. There's this girl in this movie, and before the Purge itself actually jumps off, she goes to this store, which I do believe is ran by Michael T. Williamson. She goes to this whole thing, like, she tries to, steal candy bars, and she gets caught stealing candy bars, but she's like, bitch, it's Purge night. You gonna give me my candy bars. I want my candy bars. Like, that's how she was doing it.
Really?
Throughout.
She was either a teenager or a crackhead. Which one was she?
Maybe a mixture of both, because you see her throughout the movie, and it's like, she just needs to die. And I think because of her alone, I hated this movie. Couldn't stand it. Could not stand it.
She solely destroyed the movie for you?
I mean, it just hurt my soul. Because the first Purge I didn't love, but the first Purge set up the, what the Purge actually is, even though the first Purge is really a home invasion movie. The second Purge deals with the Purge, which is great. This shit, I don't know. Coming in at number 3 is, I believe it's your number 8 or 7. I'm not too sure. But, Boo, Amadeus Halloween.
Oh, that'd be number 6.
Oh, number 6? Okay, that's my number 3. Tyler Perry needs to just really just hang that up. I mean, I think as a filmmaker, he does a fairly decent job. But in put it this way, Tyler Perry movies, as far as the ones that he's not in, but he directed, I think the Family That Prays is a great movie. I think Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2 are both enjoyable movies. But damn it, when he puts on that fucking wig and he's Medea and he's just being every stereotype you can think of, I'm cool on that, man. Like, it's not funny. It's not funny at all.
Not at all. You had your run. Let it go.
Let it go. And the crazy thing about Tyler Perry movies that people are like, oh, that's not true. It's very much true. His movies make money on Sundays when people have gone to church, and after they get out of church, they want to go catch a movie. Okay, that's how Tyler Perry eats.
He a Sunday player.
You know what I'm saying?
He a Sunday player.
He a Sunday player. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't be surprised if a year from now the new Tyler Perry movie come out and it opens on Sunday.
You need to start on Sundays.
Okay, my number 2 is God. I hate this movie, and the reason why and the reason why I really do hate this movie is because it's from a director who I otherwise like his shit. Gods of Egypt. Whew.
Look, I wouldn't even mention that in the dishonorable mention. I was so upset at the fact that every fucking god in Egypt is white except for the smartest motherfucker in there.
Okay, that
gets no mention.
That's like half this movie's problem. Okay, yeah. It's whitewashed, totally whitewashed, but that's like half this problem. I'm talking about shitty dialogue.
They sprinkled one pepper in that whole sea of salt.
Shitty dialogue, shitty acting, shitty makeup, shitty effects. This movie is a big shit sandwich on rye. It's so bad. Like, I think the first time I watched it, the first time I tried to watch it, I got maybe 15 minutes through it. I said, nope, I'm going to watch something else. I'll come back to it later. Because I knew that it would make my top 10 worse for sure. I didn't know where it would make it. So I knew I had to get back to it and really watch all the way through. And when I finally watched it all the way through, it is fucking horrible. Horrible. And like I said, I like the director of this movie. The director of this movie is the same guy who made I, Robot, Dark City. So he's got some good shit under his belt. So when he decided to give us this, and then on top of that, he went on a tangent. Pissed off because nobody wanted to go see it. Like, come on. Gerard Butler he's an Egyptian god. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right, so before we do our number ones, what are your dishonorable mentions?
You know, I had to sit back and think. I'm going to go with 2 movies for dishonorable mentions. First one would be The Big Friendly Giant, the BFG.
Okay. I mean, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, though. Right.
But I would have to give the number 1 of dishonorable mentions to The Nice Guys.
No, okay. We're going to fight. Yes. We're going to fight. Okay? We're going to get the gloves on and we're going to fight.
Look, I love the theme of it being 70s. The movie sucked, bro. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you something.
It sucked.
The Nice Guys is my number 1 favorite movie of 2016. So watch what you say.
Your movie sucked.
No,
okay?
no. The originality of that movie, the comedy itself, the unlikely pairing of Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. Keith David is in this movie, bruh. When was the last time you seen Keith David do anything? You know what I mean?
Hey, that's why they went and got him, because they knew the movie was going to suck.
Oh, you stop that. You stop that right now. You stop that right now, okay?
I'm just being honest.
No, you stop that right now, okay? Honest, I loved The Nice Guys. Loved it. You understand what I'm saying?
And you would.
Whatever.
And you would.
Whatever. My dishonorable mentions before we get to our number ones. I got a few. They are Shut In, 9 Lives. Good God, 9 Lives. Let me see. Alice Through the Looking Glass. Dirty Grandpa, Max Steel, Assassin's Creed.
I'll agree with you on Max Steel, boy. I wasted an hour and a half of my life.
I don't think Andy Garcia knew where he was until like the movie was like wrapped. The Disappointments Room, When the Bow Breaks, The Darkness, and London Has Fallen.
Yeah.
So, congratulations, you guys. Your movies, they suck. They don't suck as bad as our top 10, but they suck. So,
they suck,
yeah. All right, Kay. Number 1. What's up?
Look, man. This became number 1 because they destroyed a classic. I had to put them on here because I really didn't laugh. I did like some of the things they did implement in this movie from the original 1 and 2, but definitely,
I think I know.
It definitely didn't do justice. And my number 1 ended up being Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, I didn't laugh. I did like how they put the Marshmallow Man in there, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the movie. And I like how they, brought some of the old cast back. But this movie didn't do anything for me. And it destroyed a classic.
No
And
way.
it made Thor look worse than he does in the movie.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Much like a lot of your movies on this list, I didn't hate it. I definitely didn't hate it. Is it a great movie? Not at all. But I also feel like the controversy that was surrounding it, with them being women and all, wasn't necessarily worth it. I mean, the movie, I would feel like the controversy would be worth it if the movie was good. But because the movie wasn't even good, it was no point in everybody bitching and moaning about it.
Exactly.
And that's a Paul Feig movie.
Ghostbuster gets number 1. And he ought to be shot for that. Damn.
My number 1 is a movie that just hurt my soul. Hurt my soul in ways you can't even imagine. And the reason why is because the original movie, the movie that this is a sequel to, was one of those beloved classics when I was a youngin'. Because it introduced you to Will Smith, and it introduced you to this really cool sci-fi heavy, special effects heavy alien invasion. And damn it, my number 1 movie is Independence Day Resurgence.
Yeah. I had to flip a coin on that. I had to flip a coin on that.
There'll be no coin flipping on this.
But I love Independence Day so much that I let that one just slide in between the gray area.
No. Independence Day 2 is so bad, it makes you go back and rewatch the first one just to make sure that you still love it the way you do. Honestly, God, true.
That's how I felt about Ghostbusters.
They made Bill Pullman out to be this crazy hobo. You got Jeff Goldblum just, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I don't believe this is going on. And then they have the nerve to be like, well, if Will Smith came back, it would have been better. No. So you don't get Will Smith. You get this $1.99 version of Will Smith's son, which Jesse Usher, he's a cool actor. I've seen him on Survivor's Remorse. He's not a bad actor. Shout out to my boy Catfish John. He's actually on the show. But this movie, Kay, oh my God. I remember sitting in the theater, right? And 3 different times I told myself, you know what? I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk out. You know what? I'll tell you what.
First off.
The next dumbass dialogue, I'm going to walk out.
Let me stop you. You went to the movies and paid another $30 to go see this?
No. I actually got this as a media pass hookup from a buddy of mine.
Gotcha.
I saw it before it actually came out. But I saw it before it came out, and yet it still dug deep inside me to be like, this movie is fucking horrible. Fuck this movie. Seriously.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you paid for this, you need to just stop going to the movies.
Nah, because you win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day.
Really? This ain't Friday.
Yeah, but that's probably about the best.
You do go to the movies on Friday.
That's probably about the best advice I give myself right now. Seriously. Well, there you have it. That's our top 10 worst garbage of 2016. We can now finally leave these movies in the yesteryear like they belong. We never have to talk about them ever again. So, Kay, we now can look forward now. We can look forward into 2017. We got some good shit coming up. Some good shit.
Oh, it's some good shit. I mean, when we talked about making our list for 2017, I was like, well, do you want me to make a list for just the kids? Or do you want me to make a list overall? Or do you want me to make a list that just me and say, fuck the family, I'm going to go by myself? Like, I didn't know how I wanted to work it, man.
This was your list. This was 100% a list that you seen the trailer or you heard about this movie and you know it's coming this year. And damn it, no matter what's going on, whether you're taking the kids, whether you're taking the wifey, whether you're going by your damn self, which are the 15
I'll probably be going by my
movies.
damn self.
Yeah. So that's why I said do 15 movies. Because you got 15 movies coming out in 2017. And it's hard to do 15 movies because I think this is probably the most stacked year we've ever had. The summer season starts in February now. That's how crazy it is. My list has no ranking. I kind of made my list according to release. So I'm going to give you my first 5. Then you give me your first 5. All right?
All right.
All right. My first 5, I got John Wick Chapter 2. Hell,
that's in my
yes.
list. Got to. You gotta watch it.
Yes.
And it killed his wife. I mean, his wife died and it killed his dog. He feel like he back in the game now. He ain't got nothing to live for, and then he steals another dog. I want to see what's gonna pop off. When I saw Common in the movie and Lawrence Fishburne in the movie
Morpheus
in the
and
trailer,
Neo
I was like,
together.
bruh,
Yep.
it's about to go down. You ain't seen them two as a duo since The Matrix.
And I've always looked at Keanu Reeves as like a badass. When I saw the first John Wick, first of all, the first John Wick, the trailer came out literally 2 weeks before the movie actually opened. So we knew nothing about it. And then when you go and you see the movie, it's just high octane, action heavy, Keanu being a bad motherfucker that he is. I loved the first John Wick. Absolutely loved it. So it's no surprise that John Wick Chapter 2 is on my anticipated list. Can't wait to see it. Also on my list, I have Logan.
I got that on my list. But I got that at the end of my list. Like, that's around number 14, 15.
Logan?
I don't think Logan is going to be what everybody thinks it is.
Really? Even with the old man Logan storyline.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm a Marvel fanatic. I love Marvel. I just don't think this movie is going to live up to the new Marvel standards.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I will be in theater with my slushy mix and my box of popcorn. It will be going down. Like, I will go and pay to see Logan.
Now, this is Hugh Jackman's last run as Logan.
Yeah, it's his
Wolverine.
last. It's his last run.
What
That's
better?
it.
What better way to go out than a hard R? What could possibly be the best Wolverine movie we ever get?
We hope.
We hope. We sincerely hope. Here we go. So I got Kong Skull Island.
I got that in my list of
Is
30.
there right? Is there?
It's in there.
The trailer,
it's in my
man.
list of 30.
The trailer just killed me because, you know, when I saw Godzilla last year, I didn't dislike Godzilla, but I feel like it was such a tickling of the dick, if you will, because every time we got a good glimpse, a good view of Godzilla, they always change the damn scene. So we never got the chance to see any real good Godzilla action till the end, which I hated. But when we finally got that action at the end, I fell in love with it. And now we get this movie, and this is supposed to be the one that sets up King Kong versus Godzilla. I'm there for that, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm ready for King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yes.
I am.
Sam Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson. Then we got my man Jason Mitchell, Eazy-E from Straight Outta Compton, as well as Corey Hawkins, who played Dr. Dre from Straight Outta Compton, and John C. Reilly. I'm looking so forward to Kong Skull Island. It's ridiculous. I'll be there opening day. And then my fifth movie I'll mention, and this one I've been really looking forward to talk to you about, because the trailer won me over. I will openly admit it. Plus, it's nostalgia for myself, because I was once a fan of this show. And I'm talking about Power Rangers.
I think I know what you about to say.
I'm going Power Rangers,
It's
okay?
in my list.
Did it make your list?
It's in my list.
It is?
First off,
Yeah.
the trailer looks so dope.
The trailer looks great.
And it looks dark.
Yes.
It looks like a dark version of Power Rangers.
Yes.
And because it's such a nostalgic show for me, the original, I mean, I even remember going to the movies when they had the Power Ranger, the movie that came out with Ivan Ooze. I went to the movies to see that. So this is definitely in my list to go see. And I really have high hopes for it.
Well, you know, they brought back Ivan Ooze for a movie called X-Men Apocalypse, but we won't talk about that. But yeah, I first saw the trailer, And I remember when they first announced that Saban or Saban or however the hell you pronounce the company's name, they're linking with Lionsgate to actually make a new Power Rangers movie. And I was like, let that shit die. Let it die. Seriously. But bit by bit, when they started, showing, what they're going to look like, what the Zords will look like, you got the original Zordon himself, Bryan Cranston, coming back to voice the character. I'm really intrigued by, what they're going to do. And like you said, it's looking more like a darker movie. It's not that, that clown, 100 feet tall Zords knocking over buildings like it's like Legos, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're really gonna take this seriously. In which case, I thought that first trailer just blew me away. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out.
Now, I got a side question for you. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the YouTube dark version of Power Rangers?
Yes.
Dope.
Yes,
where
I
they
did.
used the original cast. Yeah.
Yes, I did. I thought that was so dope.
That's another reason why I'm intrigued to see this movie.
Yes.
To see if they at least get it close to that level.
I'm intrigued. Kay, give me your 5, man.
You want my 5?
Give me your 5.
I'm going to tell you my 5. One of my top 5. Well, first off, because I'm a big fan of this whole, what do they call it? Quadrilogy. Alien Covenant.
Yes,
is definitely on my list.
Yes,
it's on my list because I have the box set of Aliens, all of them, Predator, all the Predators, and Alien vs. Predator. Mm-hmm. So, Alien Covenant, I'm intrigued to see how they're going to put Prometheus in with this movie. Mm-hmm. Since Prometheus is the, prequel to it all. That's on my top 5. Of course, I'm a big kid at heart. So, I definitely got Boss Baby in there.
Oh my God. Really?
I'm a big kid, man. I got Boss Baby and Despicable Me 3.
Now, Despicable Me 3, we can let that one ride out. But Boss Baby, hell no.
Hey, man, Boss Baby looks hilarious.
Give me a baby that's voiced by Alec Baldwin and we'll be in business. No, I'm all right.
Now, I do got some thugged out shit, though. That's on my list.
All right, so that's 2, right? That's 2, right?
Yeah, that actually makes 3 that I've given.
Okay.
Alien, Despicable Me 3, Boss Baby.
All right.
Another one on my list is Sleepless with T.I. and Jamie Foxx.
That's next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 I'm catching that.
So that's on my list. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big fan. Don't judge me, but the first movie made me a fan. But when I found out they made a part 2, I was like, man, I got to go to Britain and see how the Kingsmen get it popping.
Yes, man. Kingsman: The Golden Circle, I'm down for.
Yes, sir.
I am down for. I thought the first Kingsman was one of those sleeper hits, and then between Sam Jackson and his lisp, and then you have Colin Firth and his super cool, badass secret agent. It was one of those movies that I just had so much fun watching, and I cannot wait for Kingsman 2. Cannot wait. So
Kingsman 2 looks good.
So that's your 5, right?
Yep, that's my 5.
All right, so I'm going to kick off my next 5 here. My next 5. Now, I seen the trailer for this movie, and I am a huge fan of the franchise. This will be the first movie that they will do without the star Paul Walker. May he rest in peace. And I'm talking about The Fate of the Furious, Fast and Furious 8.
You know what? I seen the trailer, and I have mixed feelings about this movie.
Well,
it's on my list, though. Okay. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
The Fate of the Furious is definitely on my list. But just off of the trailer alone, I think they're going to have to go hard or go home.
Well,
because if you watch the movies, you know, some of these Fast and Furious movies are hit and miss.
Right.
They hit and miss. And for this to be the last one, it needs to be a hit. No miss. Hit.
Well, this is
but
the
the
last
trailer
one.
just doesn't sell it for me.
This is the first of a trilogy that they're going to close out the franchise completely. But this is the first of that trilogy without Paul Walker. So they're going to, continue the story and, furthermore explore the adventures of Dom and crew. Now, what's kind of throwing me off is it seemed kind of generic that once, we lose Paul, the only way to go is let's make Dom the bad guy. And I'm like, okay, I guess that kind of works itself out. But what's kind of throwing me off is that you get Jason Statham, the bad guy from the last movie. He's now joining the squad as well, which is I don't get that.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I saw The Rock pulling him out of custody, I was like, bruh, what? No, it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm little confused right now on it, but I'm hoping it's gonna be a hit.
Okay. After that, I have. Here we go. I'm looking forward to this movie. Ever since I saw the first one, I have been gung-ho. I never knew about this crew, about this Marvel movie, about this Marvel comic book until I saw the movie. And now I've seen the first one. I love the first one. I cannot wait for part 2. And you better believe I'm talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Indeed. I am intrigued to see if they're going to put a new Infinity Gauntlet gem in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Well, they have to because, after Guardians 2, you'll get Thor Ragnarok. And I believe after Thor Ragnarok, we get Infinity War 1. So,
yeah,
at this point
but
now...
we also got, don't forget, they got, Spider-Man Homecoming coming out as well.
Right, yep. Mm-hmm.
So we don't know if it's going to be in one of those other two outside of Guardians.
True. Now, speaking of the Guardians, like I said, Groot and Rocket, my favorite characters. I think they're by far the coolest characters I've ever seen in a movie, in a Marvel movie at that. So when I saw they're bringing back Baby Groot, oh man, that first trailer absolutely killed me. It had the perfect level of comedy, and it didn't give too much of the story away. It's just like, remember that crew that you loved 2 years ago? Well, guess what? They're back, and they're doing some great shit. So I cannot wait to see Guardians 2. Absolutely. And while we're on that Marvel bandwagon right now, I'm gonna get to my number 3 movie. Sorry, my number 8 movie, and that's gonna be Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
mm-hmm. The trailer was dope. Sold me off the trailer alone.
Trailer was dope, and the coolest thing about the trailer, at least to me, is really not even Spider-Man. Michael Keaton owns that trailer. I mean, I'm talking about he's barely in it, but he is your bad guy, and he is smooth as shit. I am looking so forward to this movie.
I agree.
Yes.
I'm really excited to see how this is definitely going to play out.
Mm-hmm. Now,
so what else you got? What's another one?
Another one. Let me see. I got Spider-Man: Homecoming. That's 3 or that's 4.
That's 3.
That's 3. All right. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna close it out with Marvel, and I'm gonna go Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
Because we're gonna get for the first time the Planet Hulk storyline, and then just confirmed today, Doctor Strange is now gonna be in Thor Ragnarok, and that makes total sense.
Well, I mean, they did show Thor at the end of Doctor Strange's movie.
That is true. Now,
so,
how did you feel about the last Thor movie, though?
With him and the elves, the Dark Elves, honestly, I thought it could have been better, but it gave good storyline for the Ether, which was the red crystal, red gem, that's going to be used in the Infinity Gauntlet. So, it was, it was 50-50.
Okay.
It was 50-50.
Now, those are my 4
But
movies?
I'm hoping to see less Thor in his own movie and more Hulk.
Right. Now that's 4 for me, right? Or was that 5?
Mm-hmm.
That was 4?
That's 4.
Okay. I get one more? Hell yeah. Oh, this is gonna be tough because I have three I want to mention right now, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
You never know.
You never
know. I may hit it for you.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, man, War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
That trailer floored me, man. Like, this could very well be the possibility of a perfect trilogy. I thought Rise was fantastic. I thought, what's the second one called?
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Rise.
And what is the second one called?
I forgot what the second one is called. But Blank for the Planet of the Apes was great. I had so much fun with that movie. It's a great movie. And so, and the way that movie ends leads you to believe, yes, this third movie, they're going to go all out. War is 100% coming. And I don't think Caesar's going to make it out. I think Cobra's going to come back. And I also think Woody Harrelson, it could very well be natural born killers Woody Harrelson, like that menacing psychopath that we love him to always play.
Hey, that'll be dope.
That'll be dope. That's dope. All right, so I have 5 movies left. What's your 5?
All right. I mean, you ended it with Marvel, so I'm going to begin it with DC.
Good man.
Justice League.
Yes, sir.
Justice League. Now, let me tell you, I am not a DC fan, but DC is starting to make me a fan. After Batman vs. Superman, and then seeing Suicide Squad, I am intrigued to see Justice League, and because the trailer has me hooked every time I watch it, to see Aquaman and the Flash just in the trailer alone. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see that. And then I'm intrigued to see Wonder Woman's movie. Okay,
that was on my list as well. Now, let me ask you this.
Transformers last night.
Before we get to that, I have asked you this about Wonder Woman and Justice League. When you saw those trailers, first of all, let's talk about Wonder Woman. When you saw the Wonder Woman trailer, how did it make you feel?
I ain't gonna lie. I was actually kind of excited. I was like, this actually just might be a good contender for these Marvel movies. Like, looking at Wonder Woman and Justice League trailers, I was like, this just might be some good contenders.
Yeah, because you know how I've always felt is when they first announced Batman vs Superman was going to come, and Ben Affleck was Batman, and I was like, and Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. I'm like, wait a minute, you gonna have the chick from Fast and Furious who don't speak English all that well to be Wonder Woman, and you're gonna get bland ass Ben Affleck, which, by the way, at one point he was Daredevil. Let's not forget that.
But do you remember the first time they actually put up some information on Batman vs Superman?
Yeah. I wasn't sold until I saw Ben Affleck as Batman in the trailer. And then I was like, this could be okay.
We gonna shoot further back, though. The first time they ever aired Batman vs Superman was actually in a movie.
I Am Legend.
There you go.
Yes, sir. I Am Legend. The actual Batman vs Superman logo is in the movie.
And look here we go. What, 10 years later? And it's actually been made?
It's coming to fruition. Yep. Oh, correction. Batman vs. Superman. Yeah, it's already out. And it's terrible. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I think Lex could have been better.
Oh, Lex. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, what else you got over there?
Transformers. Last night.
Yeah, you're on your own.
I want to know.
Nope.
I got them all. I got all the Transformer movies. And I honestly want to know what happened to make Optimus Prime come back to Earth and start killing off his own Autobots. That's what got me intrigued into the movie.
You see,
it's not the cast. It's the storyline. I want to know, because at the end of the last one, he was like, I'm about to go talk to the Guardians.
and in this. And then here we go with Transformers last night. He coming back and he killing off the Autobots. Like, what happened to Optimus?
You see, here's my problem. When it comes to the Transformers lore, I love the first movie. I think the first movie is great. 2, 3, and 4 all sucked ass collectively, right? It's Michael Bay. No matter,
I'll give you 3 and 4.
Nah, man.
2 was decent.
Nah, man. 2, 3, and 4
2
are
was
bad.
decent.
And my issue is,
We took it to Africa.
Nah,
You gotta love any movie that takes it to Africa.
that's not true because even the Motherland got poisoned. Okay, so no. But with Transformers, Michael Bay, he is an explosion geek. He will blow up any fucking thing he wants to, and it's like, dude, give us a good story first. And I remember when they was first talking about the Transformers movies, and they hired all of this huge writing room, and they're gonna really get it together and get it right. They want to revamp the entire project, but guess who's still directing? Michael fucking Bay. So therefore, all the stuff that you want to do, he's not gonna let you do because he needs to blow. He needs to blow shit up. I'm tired of Transformers. Okay, tired. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, this is the last one, so this is the last one. But okay, so what's that? 2 for me?
That was
2 I just gave.
Transformers, Wonder Woman, Justice League.
That was 3. Transformer, Wonder Woman, Justice League. So I got to go out to the side on this one, and I'm gonna say for my number 4, Annabelle Part 2.
Wow, the first horror to appear on the list.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Annabelle Part 2, because I love these true stories. I love them. There was a movie that I saw that I'm not too sure about because I thought it was over. But I'll talk about that after we go over our movies. The last movie I'm going to put out here, Triple X, The Return of Xander.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the show on that note. I'm not watching that shit.
What? You don't want to see Triple
X? Nah. I'm alright.
Is it because Ice Cube destroyed the last one?
It's exactly why Ice Cube destroyed the last one. I'm okay. I'm a-okay. Nah. Nope. Nah. No.
I'm intrigued to see if they can recover from the L they took with Ice Cube.
I'll tell you this.
Vin Diesel was the original, so I'm intrigued to see if they can bring him back.
I'm telling you this. How I'm looking at Triple X as, nah, I guarantee you my last 3 movies here, you're going to be like, one of them, you're going to be like, nah, man, nah. All right? So, all right. I got my final 3 movies. Once again, they're not in any order. They're all going according to release. The first one I got Blade Runner 2049. That first trailer reeled me in. Now, I'm not 100% familiar with the original Blade Runner. I've seen it before. I haven't seen it in a while, so it's kind of hard to kind of pinpoint what I remember, what I don't.
That's because Blade Runner ain't been made since the 80s.
Yeah. But
I'd have to, because the trailer didn't show me too much. The one that I saw, so okay. I'm gonna have to relook at it. I'm not gonna say yay or nay right now. Well, we'll have to revisit that.
Well, Han Solo was killed in Star Wars: Force Awakens, so I figure this is the best way for Harrison Ford to get back to a character that he's known for outside of Indiana Jones or Han Solo. So I'm looking forward to Blade Runner. Plus, with the addition of Ryan Gosling and Denis Villeneuve as the actual director, I'm totally on board for it. Now, speaking of Star Wars, that brings me to my next movie, Star Wars Episode 8. Now, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm not even going to pretend to be a Star Wars fan. However, when I saw Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, with the J.J. Abrams movie, I thought it was fantastic. And just like he did with Star Trek, the Star Trek reboot, he made it to where us non-fans can actually understand what the hell is going on.
Agreed.
Yeah. So and then that furthermore went over to the Star Wars standalone movies. When I saw Rogue One last year, I thought Rogue One was fantastic. It ended up being one of the best movies on my list.
Yeah. I liked Rogue One. I got a lot of haters that I was talking to before I got to see it, and they were like, "Bruh, it's the worst movie ever made." And I said, I told him I'm still going to go see it, and went to go see it, and I liked it. Shout out to Donnie Yen, who played as the blind Jedi.
Yeah. Yep. And I think Rogue One is fantastic because the way the movie actually closes itself out to pretty much go right to Star Wars New Hope, in which it's kind of bittersweet because we get that glimpse of Princess Leia saying hope, and then R.I.P. to Carrie Fisher because she literally passed away right after that. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm not sure if her scenes in Episode 8 are all shot or whatnot, but I do believe it's going to be a very bittersweet moment when we pretty much get that last chance to say goodbye to Princess Leia in Star Wars Episode 8. 100%. And then my final movie for 2017 I am looking forward to. This one, right now, is on thin ice only because I'm beyond loyal to the first movie, and now it's a complete reboot. But they're gonna show love to the star, which is Robin Williams, and I'm gonna go Jumanji.
I don't know.
Now, feel me. Listen. Jumanji, the reason why it's on my list is because, number one, I thought the chemistry between Kevin Hart and The Rock in Central Intelligence worked so well. A movie that I really had not a whole lot of hope for, especially when I saw Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell in Get Hard. I had zero hope for Central Intelligence, and I ended up really, really, really liking it. So I think with their chemistry and their comedic timing, then you throw in Jack Black in the mix, and then it's not a full-blown reboot. It's like a prequel sequel, if you will, but they're gonna pay tribute to Robin Williams and that character from the original movie while making it its own thing. So with that being said, I cannot wait to see this new reincarnation of Jumanji.
You know, I mean, I'm not going to put nothing past it. I'm going to give it its just due, and I'm going to wait and see. But I'm skeptic. I am skeptic. The Rock has been impressing me as of recently with his acting skills. He's definitely developing more and more every time you see him on the screen. He's definitely getting better and better. And even just from his voiceover in Moana, I'm like, he's getting a lot better. So I'm not going to down it. I just hope that they do not destroy another classic. There's too much classic killers out here. Ghostbusters is one of them.
So we're down to your last, 4 movies?
Yeah.
Hit me.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and start it off with these last 4. One of my favorite movies. I love the franchise. Pitch Perfect 3 is coming out in this year. And I love the franchise. I love the a cappella singing.
The Bard and Bellas.
So I'm definitely going to go out. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go see the Bellas.
Okay.
They be getting it popping.
Okay.
Next movie I got on my list, Fist Fight.
Okay.
It looks like a good comedy. It don't look too raunchy, but then again, it's got Ice Cube in it, so you never know because he's a teacher and he's going to beat up another teacher. So it's a high school thing.
It's a premise.
I wouldn't mind watching
Ice Cube. It's definitely a premise that's really locked in, solid for Ice Cube for sure. So I mean, and it's really the return of Tracy Morgan as well. That's kind of intriguing, but maybe I'll catch it. You never know.
Yeah. So I'm not going to put it down. I'm going to give it its just due. Definitely thought they ended this series of the next movie I'm about to mention. Definitely one of the gruesomest movies ever made. Had a lot of people rocking the horror mask that went with it.
I know where you're going with this.
I did not know. I definitely thought it was over, but apparently Jigsaw's back and he's coming back as Saw Legacy. So I'm not too sure. I haven't even seen the trailer for it yet. Have you seen the trailer for this?
I don't think there's an actual trailer out yet. I think we just got a release date.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it's coming out, and I mean, I've seen them all. I don't own them. I didn't see a need to own it. It's not one of those movies you would go back and watch.
And I've seen them all
because your girlfriend,
seen every single movie.
Most girls aren't going to go back and watch somebody cut their own leg off.
Right.
Just on the whim. It's not cool. So I'll go to the movies and go see it. But the last movie, which I really have mixed feelings about, because I love the franchise of this one as well, and to me it's not going to be the same without Brandon Fraser, and definitely I'm thinking it's under the same franchise, but they got The Mummy coming out.
The Mummy is coming. You're right.
With
Tom Cruise.
Was Tom Cruise, yeah.
Mr. Couch Jumper himself.
I don't know how I feel about this movie. But
it's the actual kickoff to the Universal Monsters Cinematic Universe. So, which was supposed to kick off with Dracula Untold, but nobody fucking saw it. So now they're going to go a different route and do it with this Mummy movie.
I actually like Dracula.
Nah.
Dracula Untold was pretty okay. I ain't gonna say it was excellent, but it was pretty okay.
I'll pass.
You know, the storyline. I mean, he did it for love. He did it for love.
Okay.
No, didn't work.
Not at all.
I tried,
but I saw that first trailer, and I thought that trailer was pretty cool. You know, considering it's just Tom Cruise running from stuff. But the Mummy herself look really intriguing. So, you know, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to check it out opening weekend. Hopefully that, you know, it doesn't smear doo-doo over the Brandon Fraser one. Because just like you, I love Mummy 1 and Mummy 2. Mummy 3 is just fucking terrible. But the first Mummy with Brandon Fraser...
Mummy 3 was horrible. But the only thing that saved Mummy 3 for me was the Asian chick speaking Yeti. That's the only thing that saved it. She speaks Yeti. That was it. That was the only thing that saved 3 for me. I'm sorry.
So
saved it.
So there it is. That's our most anticipated list of 2017. K is going to be a fantastic year, both with the show going back to the year of 1997. We got a lot of good movies coming up on Back to the Classics. And of course, we're going to be going through movies a lot this year with this stacked ass year in 2017. So I'm looking forward to talking about some shit with you, man. 100%.
Man, these movies are definitely stacked. I got to go ahead and start making my calendar out now.
My calendar's already made. Matter of fact, I think my first review I'm going to do with Real Talk is going to be Underworld Blood Wars. I'm seeing it tomorrow. I cannot wait to hate the shit out of this movie, but we'll talk about that later. And,
you do that.
But above all, what we've been doing here at BTTC is perfectly crafting the best movie podcast we could possibly can. We're gonna have much more guests on the show. We have a guest booked in about 3 weeks. We're looking forward to having them on the show. We're gonna have Truth and Lex on the show pretty soon. We're gonna have Kay and Los. I'm sorry, not Kay. You are Kay. We're gonna have Kev and Los on the show.
Kay.
Yeah, we're gonna have all the B family together. We have so much stuff in store over here at Beat Network. We hope that you guys ride with us. Today we put the DeLorean had to get an oil change and get the gas up and get the worst little kinks out, so we decided to keep it in present day. But next week we will be back in the DeLorean, going back to 1997 for another round of Back to the Classics. With that being said, Kay, let the people know something good and let them know where they can find you, man.
You can find me on the IG at PHA1914. You can also find me on the Twitter at the same thing, PHA1914. Go mob to the bros. Founders Day, January 9th.
Word.
Happy Founders Day, bros.
Word. Word. And anything you're expecting out of BTTC or just the year as a whole?
Man, I'm actually looking for the end of this year to
do the same
to have a
again.
lot of I'm good movies, good guests. I'm intrigued to see what Lex Love and Truth and their views on some of these movies. Kev and Los, I'm intrigued to see how they gonna talk about some of these movies, because I don't really trust Los and his movie critiques.
Well,
but, that's me.
He'll be on the show in a few weeks, and I think I found the perfect show for him to be a part of. So we'll see how he feels about this particular movie when he's on the show. But you can catch me, you can find me on all the social medias simply at I am Jay Alonzo. You talk to me and I'll talk back. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us. Try it again. Thank you so much for rocking with us. We will be back next week. I'm Jay Alonzo.
I'm not coming back.
Why not?
I'm not coming back until I watch Power Rangers. Okay.
But it's so much.
Kay will not be back.
It's so much movies between here and then. Well, Kay won't be back. I'll be back next week. Screw Kay.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
but I can't lead a DeLorean because that's my spot.
Right.
Passenger side.
Right. Well,
how many chicks can you pick up in the DeLorean?
If you wasn't with me, maybe like 4. 1 in the front, 3 in the back. With that being said, this is Back to Classic. We'll see y'all next week, y'all. Peace.
Peace.